2 days ago, I did a video about a woman who had her gun taken from her while she was open carrying it in her back pocket. And in that video, I said this: if you're gonna open carry, fine, but do it with a holster that has retention, something that doesn't let someone just walk up and yank it out like a damn Happy Meal toy. And even then, if someone does try to take it, you better be ready to fight for it, because they can't yank it out. Now they're gonna try to beat it out of you. Have you trained for that type of situation? Have you ever practiced weapon retention in a struggle? Or are you just playing fantasy scenarios in your brain? And now today, this happened.
Tonight, a man who police say was acting erratically inside the AutoZone store on East Charleston at Maryland Parkway shoots and kills a man with the victim's own gun. Police say the victim exercised his lawful ability to open carry that firearm, which the suspect was somehow able to grab and then just started shooting.
This is a nightmare scenario for open carry. You're carrying legally, doing everything by the book, and then boom, some unstable lunatic rips your gun off of you and uses it against you. And now the media is going to run with this and say, see, this is why we shouldn't let people open carry. Nah, that's not how this works. That's not how accountability works. You don't blame the guy carrying legally. You blame the guy who stole a gun and murdered someone.
Believe it or not, 46 states allow the open carry of a firearm, meaning the weapon is in plain view. 31 of those states, including Nevada, allow open carry without a permit. For some, it's a matter of self-defense. Others say they're exercising their Second Amendment right to bear arms.
Exactly. Open carry is legal in Nevada. That's not controversial. The controversy is how people feel about seeing a gun. You got people out here who would rather feel safe than actually be safe. Someone open carrying a gun doesn't automatically make the place more dangerous, but it might make people uncomfortable. And that's the real issue. Too many folks think their emotional discomfort is more important than someone else's constitutional rights.
Jeff Margetta is an educated gun owner.
I see people open carry and they do not watch their surroundings at all.
Facts. If you're gonna open carry, you better be situationally aware. This isn't Call of Duty. There's no respawn. You're walking around with a gun in plain sight. And guess what? You probably just made yourself a target. And if you're not paying attention to your surroundings, you're basically wearing a "please rob me" sign. Because here's the thing, open carrying doesn't always make you a deterrent. Sometimes it makes you the first target. It lets the wrong person know exactly who to neutralize first if they have bad intentions. So if you're gonna do it, understand the risk. You're not invisible. You're announcing yourself to the world.
That's kind of a scary thought, because someone could come up behind them, take their gun, and then they're liable for what happens.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Pause. No, sir, that's not how responsibility works. The idea that if someone illegally takes your gun and commits a crime with it, you're the one who's liable? That's insanity. That's like saying if someone hotwires your car and drives it into a crowd, you're the one who should be going to jail. You can't just start holding innocent people responsible for what criminals choose to do.
While Metro has yet to reveal exactly how the suspect, 36-year-old Kyle Capucci, was able to use the victim's own pistol to kill him, firearms instructor Ken Ortega says what happened Friday is rare.
You know, Steve, it's not very often. There are only 2 documented open carry homicides that have happened in recent years.
Let me say that again. There are only 2 documented open carry homicides in recent years. So why does it feel like the media is trying to make this seem like it happens all the time? They act like the streets are full of maniacs just waiting to rip guns off people's hips. It's rare, it's tragic, but it's not common, and it shouldn't be used to kill open carry laws. That said, there are those people out there, but let's not over dramatize it and make it seem like this is constantly going on to the point now where we need to start second guessing open carry as a whole.
Ortega says anyone who chooses to open carry responsibly needs a level 2 or level 3 retention holster.
Exactly. That's what I said 2 days ago. You don't just strap a gun to your hip and walk out the door. You need retention. You need training. If someone grabs your gun, you better be ready to fight for it. This is why weapon retention training isn't optional. It's kind of essential. Because though it'd be rare for someone to take your gun, if it does happen, you better know how to deal with it.
They may feel strongly about just maybe exercising their right. They may feel strongly that maybe they can't get a concealed carry. Maybe they had a DUI. Maybe they had something that didn't even allow them to qualify for a concealed carry weapons license in the state of Nevada.
This is exactly why some people open carry, not to be political, but because they have to. Maybe they can't get a concealed carry permit. Maybe they don't have $200 to spend on paperwork, fees, classes, and fingerprints. Don't punish them for using the only legal method available to them. If you want less people to open carry, make it easier to conceal carry.
So yes, you can open carry in Nevada, but back to our original question. Should you? Firearms experts say that is a hard no unless you've been professionally trained and you know how to do it safely and obey the law.
You mean like with every other right? Nobody's saying you shouldn't vote unless you've taken a civics class. Nobody's saying you shouldn't speak unless you've had media training. But when it comes to the Second Amendment, suddenly we need licensing, training, and permission slips. Now look, I'll be the first to say it. Training matters. If you're gonna carry, especially open carry, you owe it to yourself and everyone around you to know what you're doing. But let's not confuse what's smart with what's required. Your rights don't come with prerequisites, but your survival just might. So yeah, carry however you want. Just understand the weight that comes with it.
There's a good chance if you do it, there'll be a lot of people around you who are uncomfortable, especially since we have so many people here from California.
And I'm not here to protect your feelings. We don't write laws based on what makes Californians nervous. I'm caring for my safety, not your comfort. If seeing my gun triggers your trauma, that's unfortunate. But again, rights over feelings, always. This entire situation sucks. A good man is dead. But what we're not gonna do is use this as an excuse to ban open carry or guilt law-abiding gun owners or justify feel-good legislation that won't stop the next deranged criminal. If you want less open carry, then maybe make concealed carry more accessible once again. But don't sit here and pretend the problem is the person carrying legally, when the actual problem is the criminal who stole the gun and pulled the trigger. And let's be real, if a drunk driver kills 10 people, we don't ban alcohol. So don't act like this one incident reignites the debate when your logic is as selective as your outrage. And another thing, if you're gonna carry concealed for your protection, make sure you also have some type of legal protection. There are too many people out there who don't realize the reality of an actual self-defense shooting, especially considering what state they may be in. God forbid you find yourself in a place like California where you might end up in a court where they don't really respect your 2A rights. And so that's why I always advocate that people should get some type of legal protection with respect to concealed carry, something like a membership with USCCA. And the reason why I have them sponsor this channel is because I think they're the most comprehensive program out there, because they don't just give you legal protection, they also give you access to a wide breadth of information, training, knowledge, the legal side. All of it is just as important, because being able to avoid getting into a self situation is honestly preferential than actually getting in one. But you can't do that if you don't have the information. And that's why I think anyone who has or carries a firearm for self-defense or even just for home defense, get some type of legal protection like a USCCA membership. There are other programs out there, and if you feel like USCCA isn't right for you, then by all means, please go to one of those programs. But I'd rather you do that than just get nothing, because trust me, you don't want to go through the legal battle that may result from a self-defense shooting by yourself. It's expensive, it is stressful, and having someone in your corner to help you through that process, to make sure that they can help you financially, legally, whatever the case may be, trust me, it is well worth it. So I'm gonna put a link in the description section of this video so that you can check out a USCCA membership. And if you wanna grab you one of these AK style hats, I'm gonna put a link to that as well in the description section of this video. We have them in all types. We have them in drinkware, we have them in hoodies, we have them in hats, we have them in shirts. Go ahead and check that out. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.